Question number 83. Which evidence of learning can serve the most objective means of assessment? Letter A, journal.
Good evening.
Letter B,
Everyone. So,
class project. Letter C, test. Letter D, dialogue. Okay, so when we say evidence of learning, tapos ang keyword natin dyan is objective. So meron tayo kasing dalawang evidence of learning, or meron tayong dalawang result or output. So meron tayong objective and subjective. Ulitin ko objective tapos subjective. Ang objective, meron lang iisang sagot. Ang subjective, iba-iba ang sagot. Okay? So, ang journal ba ay objective or subjective? Ang journal ay subjective siya dahil bawat estudyante ay iba-iba ang kanilang sagot. Letter B, class project naman, syempre ay iba-iba rin ang output niyan dahil halimbawa, nagpagawa ka ng isang building, iba-iba yung sukat nila. So, that is also subjective. Kapag dialogue naman, syempre merong iba't ibang mga attack kung paano nila gagawin yung dialogue. So, the most objective here is letter C, test. Okay? So, the correct answer is letter C. Pwede nyong i-screenshot yung sagot para makuha nyo kaagad. Okay, let's rationalize the answer. Tests are designed to measure specific knowledge. So, kita niyo yung word specific knowledge. So, there is meron lang iisang sagot. So, can be scored objectively with right or wrong answers, making them a reliable and standardized way to assess learning. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C, test. Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 84. Among mistaken goals in the acceptance approach to discipline, what happens when students seek to hurt others to make up for being hurt or rejected? Letter A, revenge seeking. Letter B, withdrawal. Letter C, attention getting. Letter D, power seeking. So, these are the mistaken goals in acceptance approach. So, ano yung ipinapakita na mistaken goals dito? Okay, let's analyze the choices. So, meron tayong revenge seeking, naghihiganti yung bata. Letter B, withdrawal or isolation. Lumalayo yung bata sa social aspect ng kanyang pagkatao. Attention seeking, nanghihingi ng atensyon. Or power seeking. Okay, the correct answer here is letter A, revenge seeking. Bakit revenge seeking? Kasi gusto niya maghiganti dahil nasaktan siya. So, the keyword here is seek to hurt others to make up for being hurt or rejected. Okay? So, revenge seeking. Let's rationalize the answer. Revenge seeking is a behavior typically a response to feelings of hurt or rejection, where the student attempts to retaliate or inflict pain on others as a way to cope up with their own negative emotions. So, kapag ang estudyante ay naghihiganti na siya or gustong manakit sa iba, ibig sabihin niyan, there is a mistaken goal of revenge seeking. Okay, let's proceed to question number 85. Which of the following best describes A student-centered classroom. Letter A classroom where the curriculum is fixed and unchanging. Letter B, a classroom where students take an active role in their learning. Letter C, a classroom where students are passive learners. Letter D, a classroom where the teacher is the primary authority. Okay, the keyword is student-centered classroom. Student-centered classroom. Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. Okay, let's reveal the correct answer. It's letter B. A classroom where students take an active role in their learning. So, dati tayo ay teacher-centered. Lahat ng knowledge, lahat ng content ay manggagaling sa teacher. Pero ngayon, ang ating curriculum is student-centered or ang ibang tawag dyan ay learner-centered. So, ibig sabihin, yung bata meron ng say. So, pwede siyang magbigay ng kanyang input. So, this is the characteristic of a student-centered classroom. Okay, screenshot po natin para alam natin yung correct answer. Let's rationalize the answer. In a student-centered classroom, students are encouraged to engage actively in their learning process, participate in discussions, collaborate with peers, and take responsibility for their education. So, hindi lang ang teacher ang primary source of knowledge, kundi yung mismong estudyante ay nakakapagbigay na rin ng kanyang input. Okay, so this approach contrasts with teacher-centered classrooms where the teacher is the primary authority and students are more passive learners. Okay, so ito yung tinatawag natin na student-centered classroom. Ang estudyante mismo ang kumikilos. Ano ang role ng teacher? The role of the teacher is a facilitator. Ulitin ko, the role of the teacher in student-centered classroom is facilitator. Okay? Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 86. Which is or are in accordance with the principle of pedagogical competence? Number 1, communication of objectives of the course to students. Number 2, awareness of alternative instruction strategies. Number 3, selection of appropriate methods of instruction. Letter A, 3 only. Letter B, 2 and 3. Letter C, 1 and 3. Letter D, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, ano daw ito? Principle of pedagogical competence. Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. Okay, let's define first what is pedagogy. Anyone? Ano ang meaning ng pedagogy? Okay, pedagogy is a method or a set of practice na ginagawa natin as a teacher, no? So, ano ba yung mga kinakailangan natin na mailagay para magkaroon tayo ng competence? So, kung makikita natin, communication objectives of the course to students, kailangan ba nating iset or ibigay sa mga bata ano dapat ang matutunan ng mga bata? Yes. So, number 1 is a principle of pedagogical competence. Number 2, awareness of alternative instruction strategies. So, kapag ang ating lesson strategy ay hindi effective, pwede tayong mag-divert into alternative instruction. Number 3, selection of appropriate methods of instruction. Mamimili tayo ng methods of instruction. Okay, so, ayan no. Okay, ang meaning ng pedagogy ay, okay, nababasa ko sa comments. So, the art of teaching approach, o tama yon. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, lahat ng yan, 1, 2, and 3 are principle of pedagogical competence. Okay, let's proceed to rationalize the question. Okay, pwede nyo na i-screenshot yung correct answer. Naka-highlight na yung letter D, 1, 2, and 3. The principle of pedagogical competence involves several aspects of effective teaching, including clear communication awareness of various instructional strategies and the ability to select appropriate methods of instruction. Therefore, all the listed items are in accordance with this principle. So the correct answer is letter D, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's proceed to question number 87. Mr. Bernardo is teaching his students to read by emphasizing that they decide and comprehend words. He thinks metacognitive skills, as well as general automatically, are important. What approach to teaching reading is Mr. Bernardo is using? Letter A, cognitive approach. Letter B, interactive approach. Letter C, whole language approach. Or letter D, social constructivist approach. Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. Okay, the keyword here is decide and comprehend words. Decide and comprehend words. Siya ba ay cognitive approach, interactive approach, whole language approach, or social constructivist approach? Okay, the correct answer here is letter B, interactive approach. Okay, bakit interactive approach? The interactive approach is emphasizing the combination of bottom-up process and top-down process. So, merong interaction between the student and the teacher. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, decode and comprehend words. So, there is a decoding of the words and to comprehend. Naintindihan ba ng bata? So, this approach recognizes that reading involves interaction between the reader's background knowledge and the text. So, habang nagbabasa yung bata, he reads the words and then he tries to decode what is the meaning of the words. So that is interactive approach. Okay, let's proceed to question number 88. Which of the following statements about guidance is not true? Letter A, guidance is concerned with whole student, not only with his or her intellectual and academic aspect. Letter B, guidance is a continuous process. Letter C, guidance is primarily concerned with prevention rather than cure. Letter D, guidance is telling a student what is best for him and advising him about what he should do. Okay, so ang question natin, guidance, ano yung mga statement na nandito which is not true about guidance. Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. The correct answer is letter D. Guidance is telling a student what is best for him and advising him about what he should do. Okay, so ang letter D kasi ay you are now dictating the student ano yung gagawin niya. So, ano bang role ng guidance? To guide, di ba pag guidance, you are not imposing some rules. So, anong dapat dito? So, yun ang letter D, no? Guidance is not advising about what it should do. Okay? So, guidance is generally about helping students explore their options and make their own informed decisions. Okay, ito yung keyword natin dyan, explore their options and make their own informed decisions. So, you are not dictating ano yung dapat maging desisyon ng estudyante. So, you are just a guide, kaya nga guidance eh. So, you are not imposing some rules kung ano ang dapat masunod or dapat sundin ng estudyante. So, you are now empowering them to take responsibility for their own choices. Okay, so maliwanag. Guidance is telling a student what is best for him and advising him what he should do is not a principle of guidance. Okay, let's proceed to question number 89. What does it mean when the difficulty index of a test item is equal to 1? Letter A, the test item is very difficult. Letter B, the test item is not valid. Letter C, the test item is very good and should be retained. Letter D, the test item is extremely easy. Okay, this is a question in assessment of learning. So, ano ang ibig sabihin kapag ang difficulty index ay 1? Is it very difficult? Is it not valid? Is it very good and should be retained or extremely easy? 5 seconds to choose your answer. The correct answer is letter D. The test item is extremely easy. Okay, so hindi ko na muna ipapaliwanag ng malawak yung difficulty index, no? So, siguro sa mga next na mga questions in the future. So, when the difficulty index of a test item is equal to 1, it means that the test item is extremely easy. This is because a difficulty index of 1 indicates all students answered the item correctly. So, the correct answer is the test item is extremely easy. Okay, question number 90. Which does a pupil use when he sings a concept to a familiar tune in order to help himself commit the concept to memory. Letter A, lullaby. Letter B, rap. Letter C, jingle. Or letter D, pop. The correct answer is letter C, jingle. So, halimbawa, gusto natin na ma-memorize yung iba't ibang concept ng planets. Pwede tayong magpakanta pero papalitan natin yung lyrics ng song, yung mga names ng planets. So, ibig sabihin, we are using a jingle so that the student can memorize the names of the planets.